Hello artists! Today we are making a pointillism painting. So I have chosen a purple background for my painting. I also have a couple tracers I might need to use today. So I'm going to slide those out of the way because I don't need them yet. I'm working on this one and I just freehanded these letters. I did not use a tracer. And you can tell by my sketchy sort of light lines that I was using with a pencil that I planned out my image first. So that is step one, is we need to plan out what our image is going to be. Our theme is love. So you can tell I wrote out the word L-O-V-E here and spaced out my letters. So you can choose a shape or you can choose a word. I'm going to write my name on the back of this paper with a pencil. All right. Flipping it over, and then I've decided I'm going to do XOXO. I could do my letters like, diagonal, or I could do them across. I really like the across look, so just next to each other, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to hold my tracers down and trace around with my pencil. I'm going to go pretty lightly. If I were to press too hard with my pencil, and then I tried to paint on top, some of the lighter colors like yellow might not show up very well. So I might need to do a couple layers, and I could see the pencil right through that light color. So I'm gonna draw nice and lightly with my pencil so I don't see the pencil marks later. There's an X. Whoops, oh my goodness. Here's an O. Okay, it might be hard to tell on this paper, but I've got all my letters traced. I did an X, an O, and an X. It's kind of like flipped around. It's one on the top and one on the bottom. So now I can take my paints. I've got my artwork on my messy mat, my name's on the back, ready to start painting. This paint tray has all the rainbow colors in here, plus black. And you can see there's a few Q-tips in each of the dishes where there's paint. This is the purple ones here. I am going to only keep the red Q-tips in the red paint container, right? Because if I were to hop around to all the different colors, it would get them all mixed up, and that does not help us when we're trying to do our pointillism painting. In this picture, I traced around each of the letters first, so I would have like a border to work inside, and I decided to switch up the colors just because I thought it'd be fun. So we need to have our main image and some sort of background happening. So I'm gonna start with the color red, and I've got my dish close by. This might be something you're sharing with someone else at your table, so that's why there's multiple Q-tips in each of the dishes. And I'm just gonna go over my whole line, tracing around it. I can decide to fill it in, but the first step is definitely to trace those pencil lines that you made. I'm making dots, right? The whole point of pointillism, is to make small dots to fill up the image. If you are just sliding your Q-tip around, I'm gonna have you go back and fill it up with those dots. So it is true pointillism. It's important to follow the directions so you can learn the technique. All right, I've got one done. All right, my artwork is completely outlined. I'm noticing there's a couple sort of blank spots. I think I'm gonna add some hearts in between here. And so I'm just sort of lightly drawing them in so I know where to put them, because it might be confusing later when I go in with my paint. I might make a mistake, and this pencil will help me stay in the shape. Oops. If you're noticing your Q-tip is getting kind of stringy and not working well, you can throw it away and grab a fresh one from the supply station. All right, cool. So you get the idea. I'm going to fill in all of my spaces as much as I can with fun designs and details. On this one, you can see I started doing some freehand swirlies. Those are really fun. So if you fill in all of your shapes and you're like, hey, I've got some space, I need to fill it in, what could I do? You can make some really nice line designs, and that is an easy way to fill up the space and still make a really nice picture. When your artwork is done for today, we can put it on the drying rack.